What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. First of all, let's address the clothing. Yes, I filmed 2 videos in one day. I've wanted to share this story for a while. Some people know it, some people don't, but this is about my catfish experience. And let me tell you, my catfish experience was before Catfish, the TV show, became popular. And low-key wanted to be like, dang, I could have been on Catfish, but I'm pretty sure it was pre-Catfish. I could have been on MTV, y'all. Anyways, if you want to know more about my catfish experience, stick around. So I graduated high school in 2009. Prior to graduating high school, I applied for colleges. Background on my colleges that I applied to. I am Puerto Rican and Black. Well, my dad's Black, my mom is Puerto Rican, Cuban, and Irish. However, I technically only claim the Puerto Rican and Irish side because I don't know much about my Cuban family or culture, and I've been ancestry tested, so I have to show you guys, like, I'm from everywhere, literally. Like, I have everything in me. So I am Puerto Rican, Irish, and Black, and I grew up with my mom's family, who is Puerto Rican and Irish. However, they do not speak Spanish. And I've always felt like, even though like my dad and I didn't have like a really close relationship, but now we do, thankfully, but I was really close to his mom, my grandma. She's my heart. I love her so much. And I just felt like a piece of me was missing. Like, I feel like I've always had identity issues, and I feel like every mixed person says that, but it's true. When you don't grow up with a certain side of your family and you don't have the same experiences as them or the people in that group, you do feel like a piece of you is missing, or you're just out of place. So I told myself that I was going to go to a HBCU so that I can find myself. I ended up applying to Clark Atlanta University because my cousin on my father's side went to Clark Atlanta. It was my #1 school. I was like, I'm only gonna apply to Clark Atlanta and that's it. But I got in. So I joined Clark Atlanta's 2013, class of 2013, because that's what we would have been when we graduated. I joined their Facebook group. And in this Facebook group, it just so happens that like me and a couple other people clicked up. So everyone was like talking to each other, but we were still like cliquey, even though we never met each other. And I met Theo. Theo was this cute little light-skinned, and everyone wanted to be his friend, and yeah. So Theo and I began talking outside of the group. He added me and we became friends, and you know how it is in high school. Y'all talk for like a week or two, and then all of a sudden y'all like this and you're boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we always said like, when we go to Clark Atlanta, we're gonna be together. It's gonna be you and me. And okay, that's high school puppy love, right? So we're still in this class of 2013 group, and things are going great. We've been, for my 18th birthday, he was like, oh babe, I hope you have a great birthday. We're gonna celebrate when we get to Clark Atlanta together and all this stuff. I was so excited to meet Theo. We talked on the phone all day. And I was like, oh, well, you know what would be the best birthday present if we can Skype? And he was like, cool, yeah, let's Skype. So I get my Skype up, I'm at my grandma's house, and he comes up on the screen, and like I can see his like a shadowy figure. I know, creepy, but like I can see someone, but the lights were off, and I was like, oh, what's going on? Like, why are the lights off? Turn the lights on. He was like, oh, like he said something dumb. I don't know. That's weird. But me being naive and 18, I really didn't think anything of it. So I was like, okay, like that's fine. Now, rewind a little bit. When we joined the CAU group, there was another guy named Jew. Well, we're gonna call him Jew. That's his nickname that I have for him now. And he was going to Clark Atlanta too, and I confided in him as a friend because we were all in the same like circle. So after that, I told you about this experience, and I was like, you know, like that was weird. And so we started talking to our friends about it, and they were like, well, maybe he's not who he says he is. And I was like, he wouldn't do that to me because that's my boo. And And they were like, okay, Amber, fine. So then I just started doing my own little research, and I found a page of Theo. So his name on Facebook was Theo Mobley, and I found a page for Theo Mobley's brother. Like, he had pictures of Theo, and I don't remember if it was Twitter or something. So I just like hit him up, and I was like, hey, I'm Theo's girlfriend, we're going to school together, I just wanted to introduce myself. And the guy ended up writing me back like, Theo's never told me about you, and he tells me everything. And I was like, what? Like, we talk every day, how do you not know about me? And he's like, I never seen you before, plus we don't even live near the East Coast, he's not going to college, like, yeah, you have the wrong person. And I was like, no, I have the right person. And I showed him text, and he was like, I'm gonna ask my brother. So then he sends me to the real Theo's page, and I write him like, hey, your brother's telling me you don't know who I am, why do you have the second page, like, what's going on? And the guy is like, sorry, like, I don't know who you are. And that was that. And he actually ended up blocking me. So I was like, cool. I go back to my Theo, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, you're being shady with the camera. People are saying, oh, it may not be you. Who's you? I found your brother's page. Your brother's telling me he doesn't know who I am. I found another person whose page is Theo Mobley, and they don't know who I am. They blocked me. Like, what's going on? And he's like, all right, Amber, I have something to tell you. I'm not who you think I am. And I'm like, well, obviously. So why don't you just tell me the truth? Well, I don't understand why you have to lie to me. Like, we started off, we never knew each other, so why lie to me? Like, what's going on? And he's like, all right. So he sends me a picture of him, and he's like, this is who I am. And I was like, I mean, he wasn't Theo, but I was like, you don't look bad. What's wrong? And I was like, why lie? Like, you're fine. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so thankful you can accept me. About, yo, now that I sit here and tell this story back, like, I'm like a dummy. I'm the biggest dummy. As much Catfish as I watched, I'm the biggest dummy. But he's like, I'm so happy you can accept me for who I am, and blah, 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 blah. And there was never stories about him being sick, or like how most Catfish people are about like having hard times. It was never that. So, he was like, yeah, and I have something else to tell you. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'm not going to Clark Atlanta, I'm going to A&T. And I was like, oh, well, that changes everything. Why? He was like, oh, I was gonna go to Clark Atlanta, but I think it'd be better for me to stay in state and go to A&T. Cool. So, being the idiot I am, I applied to A&T. So now we're both going to A&T. Yay, I got in. My mom was like, well, at least the tuition's cheaper because it's in-state, and I get to be with Theo, who is still calling himself Theo, which is a little weird. Red flag. I'm an idiot. And I get to be with Theo. So we both got into A&T. It's orientation time, and funny story, Jew actually ended up not going to Clark Atlanta and went to A&T. I know some people are probably like, oh, Jew is Theo. No, Jew is not Theo. They were two different people. Anyways, so Jew ended up coming to A&T as well. And he's like, you're still messing with this guy who's a catfish? Like, he literally told you he was not who he said he was. And I'm like, I know, but I'm naive. And so we get to A&T. Now it's orientation time. Because I applied late, I had a later orientation. So Theo went to orientation. He was sending me pictures of like everything but himself. And I'm like, oh yay, can't wait to get there. And then I go to orientation, and since my orientation was the last one, I believe it's only like a couple of days between my orientation and actual school, like freshman move-in. So I was like, yeah, like I'm excited, I get to meet you. He's like, yeah, I'm so excited to meet you. So move-in happens, I move all my stuff in, our families leave, there's an ice cream social about to go down, and if y'all went to A&T, you know ice cream socials mean basically a gym jam, and a gym jam is a party. And so I was like, yeah, my mom just left, I'm gonna go to this ice cream social. And he's like, oh, before you go to the ice cream social, meet me at the quad. Cool. After my mom leaves, I go to the quad, texting him, hey, I'm here, where you at? And there's so many people, because you remember it's move-in day, so all of the class of 2013 is there. And some people that have already moved in early, like the RAs and stuff. No answer. Okay. So I ended up going to lunch with some friends that I met, and we ended up going to the ice cream social. I never see this guy. I go back to my dorm, and I text him, what happened? What now? And he's like, I saw you and I got scared and I'm so sorry. And he described what I was wearing. He saw me. And I'm like, okay, why are you scared? We've been talking for like 2 months. That doesn't make sense. Like, I transferred schools for you because I was in love. Like, I feel like the biggest dummy right now. He's like, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna make it up to you. And school went on, and no Theo. We stopped texting, we stopped calling. I never seen anyone that looked like the picture that he sent me, and to this day I do not know who this Theo person is. Who is this person that I shared so much of my life and information at that time? Who is this person? And I would never will know. The person saw me. Like, is this someone I'm friends with to this day? Like, I do not know. That is my catfish story. I've only been catfished once, fortunately. But it still sucks, you know, like, who knows what my life would have been if I went to Atlanta and stayed at Clark Atlanta. Now, he did save me some money because Clark Atlanta's tuition is ridiculous. But I still just can't believe I got catfished. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my story. Don't worry, there's more to come. So if you ever been catfished, just know you are not alone. If you ever made a dumb decision over a guy you never met, just know you are not alone. I make dumb decisions all the time. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.